May I remind you that trading is risky and not suitable for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results. Please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, and never risk money you cannot afford to lose. Welcome to QuantBox Daily, the London briefing. Today is Thursday, November 17th. All right, friends. So pretty much lots of patience going on right now in the market. I hope that you are being patient. I hope that you're not losing money. It's not difficult. If there's no opportunities, you just sit still. Yes. So from a fundamental perspective, no change on euro dollar, still neutral bias. Still, you can see the spread of green and red over here. In terms of euro news today, we got some medium tier news out of the European Union. We got some low tier news out of Austria. We also have some medium tier news out of Italy and Spain. Then some low tier news out of Slovenia and Spain. So again, the European docket is quite full. CPI out of the euro area. Pay attention to that. Why? Because inflation. Some low tier news, some medium tier news. So as per usual, lots of news coming out for the euro today. Quite a bit. Then later on, in terms of the United States, some medium and low tier news. And then some high tier news out of the States later on. Okay. And then some more medium and low tier news. All right, it's about 8 hours away, so I won't cover any more than that. Okay, so no real changes there on euro dollar. We'll look at technicals in a moment. Pound dollar, here we are, neutral. We've got some high tier news coming out of the UK today. USD CAD, neutral. Aussie dollar USD, neutral. Kiwi dollar USD is still a buy. Quite a mix of red and green on the Kiwi dollar USD. Aussie yen, still neutral. CAD yen, still neutral. Euro yen, still a buy. Pound yen, still neutral. And Kiwi yen is still a buy. So far as our Swiss franc pairs are concerned, Euro Swissy is now a sell. We'll take a look at that. Pound Swissy is a sell. Aussie Swissy is neutral. Kiwi Swissy is a buy. And CAD Swissy is a buy. All right, cool. Let's take a look. Starting with the euro dollar. As you can see, we remain above the profit-taking zone. As you can see, volatility is low. Look at that range. So yesterday, I didn't do a New York update because we didn't get what we were looking for. You can see we've got no higher, higher, higher low, okay? In terms of yesterday, prices bouncing around. You look at this H1 chart, look at that, just nasty. Okay, not interested in getting stuck inside that. So we just leave that alone, looking for the exact same thing we're looking for yesterday. Pay attention to, you might be looking and saying, oh, look at the 21.55, look at price. Okay, that's consolidating. You need higher highs and higher lows, or lower lows and lower highs in order to actually trade something that's going to make you money. Look at Aussie dollar USD, also just still consolidating at a 21 EMA right now. Fair enough. Not really very excited about that. Just based on price action before price came down here. Looking at the H1, what I would do again is to verify that 21 EMA. I would be looking for a higher high, higher low. Looking at the 15-minute charts, you could look for it over there. You could look for an H1 time frame. It's just looking a little bit sideways to me, right? So just going to sit in my hands. And again, recognize that you are currently at a profit-taking zone. Why would you want to buy here? And you can't sell because you haven't got lower lows and lower highs. So you're kind of just sitting on your hands right now and just waiting for the market to, well, it's waiting for something too, right? It's waiting for news. So just wait with the market. Pound dollar at a monthly M4, you cannot buy here. In terms of selling, there's no lower low, lower high. Look at the H1 time frame. completely neutral. Be careful of just jumping in because you are scared of missing out. Rather focus on what trade opportunities there are. And if there aren't any, don't do anything. Looking at the Kiwi dollar USD, look how we're above the profit taking zone still. Look at that price action completely sideways. You cannot buy up here. And if you're looking for a sell, you're looking for a lower low, lower high. If you're looking for a buy at that 21 EMA, you want to see a higher high, higher low. Okay. So you could be paying attention to the M15. You could be paying attention to the H1. All right. Right now, that looks tremendously sideways. All right. Look at that 21.55 on the H1 time frame. So in terms of USD CAD, price now coming up. Okay, cool. Do you get the higher low? Looking at the daily, currently at the monthly targets. Groovy. So in terms of the higher high, higher low, you don't have price closing at a roll reversal yet. This is the 4-hour candle for London up here. So you'd have to wait for this candle to close or following candles to close. You're looking for a close at that support. And if you get that, you want to verify that on the H1 time frame. Okay. That's what I would be looking for. So keep an eye on that. Looking at the M15 time frame, you can see that we have got price moving higher up. Fair enough. But I would first like to see the H4 candle, the 4-hour candle, closing at support, and then I'd move to lower time frames. And right now, this H4 candle, which represents the London bias, is currently at a weekly central. So I need to see how things close for future market opens. That's what I do. So what I do is I look at the daily and the H4 first. If I've got a trade signal on the daily or the H4, I then move down to other time frames. I don't take trade signals from the H1 because it's very much a tactical and strategic time frame. I prefer the strategy coming from the daily or the H4. It's a lot more reliable, and then just verifying that H1. If I need to verify lower time frames, I would. So you look at H4 and you say, right now, as it stands, do we have a trade signal? We do not. Right? I'm looking for price closing at roll reversals, and you can see that 4-hour candle has not done that. So I sit back and I wait for New York. So we'll see how this develops. If there is further development, I will do an update on this pair for New York. In terms of the yen pairs, we remain consolidating. Take a look at the CAD yen. You can see we've moved further down, but still consolidating. The euro yen, same story. Pound yen, same story. Kiwi yen, same story. Okay. Aussie Swissy, you can see there, same situation. I do not want to look at this mess. I do not want to trade that. CAD Swissy, you can see we're down at the profit taking zone. We have been, and you can see that's the week so far. Not my cup of tea, to be honest. Looking at the Euro Swissy daily, look at what that looks like. Not interested. Okay, I'd like to see some much better price action. You can see what's going on here. Look at how there's no story in terms of you got this lower low, then you got this higher low, and you got this higher high, then you got this lower high, and you got this low over here, but we break all kinds of support. Now we're coming up to this roll reversal. But if you look left, you can see price has come off support left-hand side. So it really does feel like we're in between places. Look over here. You can see if you bought here, you came down, you bought here, now you're at resistance. So it's really bouncing up and down. And take a look at that H1 time frame. Look at how messy that is, right? I want to stay away from low volatility situations. It just ends up losing me money. And I'm not going to lose money in a market like this, because if I'm just patient, I can rather use that capital and trade when the markets are in a good position to trade, and I can make money, right? Think of yourself as a fisherman. If there were bad storms, you wouldn't go out and fish. If you had machines that told you there were no fish in the area, you wouldn't go out and fish. You'd wait until your information tells you, indicators tell you that there are opportunities, and then you would go and jump in a boat and go and risk you know, your tackle and your rod and your boat and everything else. No point in capsizing in a storm when there's nothing to catch except for a cold. So here we are with pound Swissy. Look at that. That doesn't say anything to me in terms of, oh, great trading opportunities. Okay. Not interested. And then Kiwi Swissy, not interested. So the only trade that really stands out right now is USD CAD. I want to see how this develops. This candle here, maybe the New York Stock Exchange candle. Do we come down to support? I need to see a solid close at support in the 4-hour before I continue verifying that on lower time frames. In the meantime, that hasn't happened. So as frustrating as it is to be in a market like this right now, it's even more frustrating to lose money in a market like this. I can handle, you know, looking at the market and saying you're absolutely up to nonsense right now. Please get yourself in order. But what I don't like is when I look at myself and say, why didn't I just be patient? Why couldn't I just have been disciplined? Why couldn't I have exercised constraint? Because then I have to blame myself for my losses. Whereas right now I can look at the market and say, thank you for giving me the information you've given me and showing me that right now is not ideal trading opportunities. And then I can be proud of myself because I'm controlled and I am patient and I'm disciplined, which makes me feel stronger as a trader, and my capital has been preserved. It's not difficult to do the same thing. All you have to do is know what you're looking for, and if you haven't seen it, then you just wait until you do. I'll have a look and see how USD CAD develops by the time this candle closes. If I see prices close the support, I will do a New York follow-up. If I see anything else significant on any other time frames, I will do a New York follow-up. But if everything remains the same, then I will just leave the New York alone, because that means that the analysis from London remains, right? All right, cool. Good luck for today. Stay patient, stay disciplined, stay liquid. See you guys later.